budget. Amen. That is the reason why in the beginning of the year, all that program that you are going to do, while the year is about to end, you prayerfully consider it and find ways of funding those programs that you are going to do. Amen. Because one of the ministry, let me use women ministry as an example, and all the ministries, we take free will offerings when we meet. The reason why we are lacking with funds is that now the ministries want to do everything on phone. And phone, we don't take offering, right? And people are even sleeping whilst you are doing the program. So when you want to do something that involves money, you have not raised any funds. Where are you going to get the funds from? Because when it comes to the church, how our finances work, when the tithe and offering that comes, we don't have allocation for ministries. So what the money that comes to support the ministries is that when you meet, organize effective programs, and when people come and the programs are effective, they also give free will offerings, and by so doing you are able to build your funds. Amen. Or the program that you, or even, and one of the ways to generate, how do you call it, funds is that when there is a district program that comes or a national program, if the target is, let's say, 500 or 1,000, you be the leader, can say, organize it very well, and you raise the target by yourself to, let's say, 2,000. So that whatever that will be over it, then you have to consult your presiding elder or your district minister for approval too. You don't do things on your own without informing the leadership. But when you are granted that permission, you do it and it's over, you are able to keep that funds. I thank God for the life of my wife. She has been, you can give a clap of praise unto her. She has been a very supportive figure. When I was a presiding elder, she was my women's ministry leader. So those of you that will be called into women's ministry leadership, tap from her. She has great resources, but she is cool. If you don't allow yourself, you will not force yourself into. But when you tap into her, you get a whole lot of resources. And not only that, she's been a district ministry leader as well, before. And that was what they were doing. At times they will bring a target for about 3,000 for the women ministry, and she also raises it to about 7,000. Talk to the regional ministry leader, get the permission from the district pastor, and organize it effectively. At times even inviting other pastors to come to do the program to help. We invite the pastor to come the whole week. Take care of their plane ticket, take care of where they sleep, whatever they eat, and at the end of the day, because the program was effective, they pay their, let's say, 3,000 to the nation, but yet they have about 4,000 there to do other programs. And that is how ministries are founded. So you are called as a leader, that is what you need to do to fund your ministry. So you don't sit down and say that, we want to do program, but there is no money. It means shifting blames. But when you do all this, you'll be able to organize effective meetings to the glory of God. Amen.
It's 12.
So it's 12. But if we all agree that we should add a few minutes to it, then we're going to add to it. But if not, then we have to close.
You agree or not?
We agree.
You agree?
Yes.
For us to add how many minutes to it?
10.
10 minutes to it.
Yes.
Do we all agree with the 10 minutes?
Yes.
Okay, good. So, presiding elder and my sister. This is agreement to.
Amen. Apostle,
because we are working as a team.
God bless you for your teachings. My question is, in the developmental process, you cited an example where your pastor chastised you whilst you were doing where he was watching, and after preaching, he gave you room even to rather improve. What if you do it and it backfires? Like the person thinks you doesn't like him, And because of that, for 6 months, no preaching, and the person decided to go and form his own church or move on to a different church. What do you do during that process?
The best comes out of a man who waits to go through process. And I've realized that hard process produces fine product. There is no pulpit, there is no stage, there is no altar I have never been able to stand upon. I've preached to 500,000 people. I've preached to 50,000 people. I've preached to 10,000 people. And I've met these well-staged preachers that when I come and I begin to speak, they begin to say that, where is this guy? Where does he come from? It is a hard process that brought out the fine product in me. So the reason why people give up is that when God is trying to hide you, you don't have to expose yourself when God is hiding you. Okay, because you don't know what God is hiding you from and whom God is hiding you from. Are you getting what I'm saying? So my point I'm trying to say, so that I will save the time, is that not everybody will be able to understand process. Okay? But wise people will understand what? To understand that it is a matter of time, the best will come out of you. And never think that going to start your church, you will still see, that is another point, you will still see the kind of progress you were seeing when you were in Pentecost. Every church has a covenant. And if your covenant, listen to this, does not commensurate with the covenant of this ministry, then you can never get the same result you get. I had a pastor that wanted to go and start his church because of the same process. Okay? And left. Immediately he left. When he was, people were following him. Immediately he left. The same people that followed him were time, they all came back. Then it was left with him and his family, and he almost went mad. Until, because he was like, what am I doing here? And I wasn't doing it there. So why am I not getting the same result? Your covering determines your explosion. And it's a matter of time. So if you are here and you preach, you sing, and things happen, don't think if you go to somewhere it will happen. This is the best place you can ever be. And submit yourself to process, because you are coming out as the best product. Yes.
My question is in regards to involving the church when it comes to ministry. I'm going to use the women's ministry as an example. We are supposed to come up with good programs during the year, to have meetings that would motivate the women to attend. How do we, or how does the church align its yearly or annual programs with the individual programs that the women's ministry have? Because at the beginning of the year, we have a meeting and we draw our programs. But 4 months down the year, 6 months down the year, we realize that anytime we want to come up with a program, there's a church program which obviously supersedes the program of the women's ministry. So most often we end up not meeting at all for 9 months out of 12 months in the year, which to me is not very good. If we are preaching that we want a ministry to move ahead, it involves not just the leadership. The ministry, I believe, involves the individual people that we, the chosen leaders, are chosen to lead. So if we don't have any programs in place that will bring them together, I don't know where we're going. That's my question.
Pastor will answer, but let me tell you something briefly, because he will answer from the church perspective. I'm answering from the general perspective. But let me start from the Church of Pentecost. National program cancels regional program. Regional program cancel district program. And district program cancel local program. Now, whatever you're discussing here, which could be local or district, is something that is subject to timing. And most importantly, you do the program. Whilst you are doing the program, you must also check the timing of district programs and national programs on the calendar. Okay? And when you do that, you also fix your own with time. So that there will not be a clash. And when there is a certain program that comes, to interrupt based on international program or national program, then what you do quickly is to shift it immediately and communicate with them. Because of this is what we are doing. So definitely there will be a time to do it. It's just that we are not sensitive enough to timing. And the Bible said the children of Issachar understood the time.
Just to pick up on something that you said, Apostle, you said making the programs based on having the calendar